on the Vision Australia network through your favourite podcast service on 1197 AM in Adelaide. You're listening to Leisurely. Well, some fantastic news, I guess, a sign that the Special Olympics Nationals are getting a bit closer with a big event at Government House yesterday. Tell us more about it. We've got the State Coordinator, Matthew Pearson. Matt, great to catch up again, and how are you going?
Great to be here, and all going really well, and like you said, we're very much on the countdown to Tasmania.
Now, you had your uniform presentation yesterday at Government House.
It was a fantastic event. So we had about 160 people, which a mixture of athletes, volunteers, as well as kind of some extended family members, go to Governor's House yesterday afternoon to be presented with their walkout gear for Tasmania. I guess it starts to feel really real. There was lots of excitement for the participants and families alike receiving their stuff, and a lot of people feeling really proud, which they should do, and very much now on the countdown to Tasmania.
It's great that the volunteers get recognised, Matt, because I'm sure they love what they do, and they do it because they believe in the movement, if you like, but it's nice when they get recognised with a visit to Government House. It's such a beautiful setting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fantastic setting, and it's great to, I guess, equally recognise the athletes' achievements, but also the volunteers that make that possible for them. We are taking back 38 volunteers to support the team in Tasmania this October, all kind of giving their kind of time up for free, taking leave, etc., to support our athletes to kind of fulfill their kind of dreams and ambitions to represent kind of Team SA in their relevant kind of sport that they've been training so hard for. So, it's a real collective effort, and it's just another kind of feel-good factor event whereby we can just really recognise and value each and everyone who kind of does so much for the organisation.
And Matt, obviously great that it gets recognised at a place like Government House, but there's a kind of a special reason or a reason behind why that venue gets chosen for some of the Special Olympic events.
Yeah, so it's been connected via Mick Close, who's our LETR, so Law Enforcement Torch Run. They are a really key kind of and valuable kind of organisation who support us for a number of years, doing fundraising efforts, providing events, and really kind of just building that awareness. They've been able to arrange the logistics at Governor's House yesterday, beg your pardon, and they kind of make it all possible. We had our last event there on the 3rd of December last year, where we had the International Day with People with Disabilities, and once again they do their kind of their torch run and going into Governor's House. So it's been a really key location, and I guess it's great that A, it's so centred, B, it has such a level of importance within kind of Adelaide and SA more broadly, and I guess C, having our athletes kind of access or have the opportunity to be presented with their uniform in such a kind of important venue really just resonates kind of how important it all is for everyone involved.
And of course the Governor is the patron of the Special Olympics in SA.
Yes, it's once again another great contributor to kind of advocating and supporting all things Special Olympics. So we're very fortunate to have them on board in that regard.
We'll hopefully catch up with one of the athletes or someone that was at the day as well on the program next week. Matt, the last time we spoke to you, you had the great news from Variety regarding a position that was now overly funded. Is there any update on that? Has a person been selected to fill that role?
We're about 48 hours out of an official announcement, maybe slightly less. So we had our final interview. We had such a great level of interest in the role, unsurprisingly, because of the kind of role. We had our round 2 interviews. We had to do 2 sets of kind of interviews because there were so many suitable candidates. We've just completed them now, and now it's just the usual kind of getting that outcome and having those discussions. But we will have, we're just, hopefully we can do an announcement early next week, subject to, I guess, getting the acceptance from that ultimately successful candidate. So, hopefully they'll be on board in a few weeks' time. It'll definitely be before the national game. So it'd be such an exciting and important time for them to kind of get on board and see what Special Olympics is all about. But yeah, it'd be great to have someone who's going to have that dedicated remit and supporting early childhood or early years, schools and junior competitions. So there'd be a real kind of hopeful interest in that space, and we'll be able to really kind of provide greater support to get more families connected, more young people accessing inclusive sport. So yeah, it's a really exciting journey that we're hopefully going on.
Sounds like I might have to pester you for another interview to see if we can chat to them, Matt, but we'll leave that for a second. But actually, that's not a bad gig, isn't it, to come on board and do the job that you've just outlined, and then almost one of your first tasks. So they get to go to Tassie for the games, do they? That's a pretty good gig.
Yeah, they may well be. Yeah, we just have to obviously understand what their notice period is. But I'm sure if they're around, I'm sure they're going to want to get involved. Or if not, they will obviously get to see all the kind of build up for it and use that kind of energy that is created from the national games and tailored with their energy. Hopefully, coming on board should be a really positive kind of engagement piece where we can really kind of hit the ground running and have the outcomes that we need to. So yeah, there's some great times for them to be involved, and after the last kind of last few years, it's full steam ahead, and we will be really excited to have them on board.
And I guess from the state team's point of view, Matt, I guess things are coming along all right. I mean, I'm assuming that most of the sort of organising of the national games is probably done by those people in Tasmania that are kind of charged with that responsibility. So at a local level or state level, I guess the athletes and those that are going preparing, training and getting themselves ready for the games?
Yeah, there's still an enormous amount going on, both nationally and obviously down in Tasmania more specifically. From an SA perspective, a lot of work is going on in terms of just preparing those athletes. So they're doing a lot of state training, submitting their kind of information relevant to, their competition schedules and such forth. Obviously, we've had a lot of work in that uniform space to make sure that we're getting the right sizes for basketball and then swimming bathers and then athletics gear. Like I said, each sport has its unique set of circumstances. Sure. And so, yeah, a lot of work's all being done. And then I guess it's the coordination of, getting everything together, getting everyone in one place and then getting them to both Tasmania and then back as well, with flights and everything. So, yeah, we're still keeping busy and keeping out of trouble this end, and I'm sure that the volunteers will really enjoy the national games, but then hopefully we can give them a well-deserved rest and post-national games, because it's been a busy old year to try and kind of pull this together. Once again, just super proud of everyone's kind of work, contributions, and their kind of motivation to really try and ensure that our athletes have the best possible experience down there. So, we're super excited.
Yep, I guess you catch your breath. And then, of course, the 2023 World Games in Berlin next year. But one step at a time, Matt, we won't get too far ahead of yourself. So plenty happening. A great day yesterday at Government House with the uniforms being presented. Hopefully a local person selected will be announced very soon as far as doing work for Special Olympics in South Australia goes early next week, and onwards and upwards from here. Matt, I know you're busy, so thank you so much for spending some time with us. It sounds like things are going from strength to strength, so keep up the good work and we'll speak again soon.
Will do, and thank you once again for following our journey.
Matthew Pearson there, who's the State Coordinator for Special Olympics, their uniform presentation at Government House yesterday.
Okay, good.